Hello, welcome to another episode of Monster Monday. I'm Austin Adamson, and this week I'll be playing Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls on the Xbox One. It comes out tomorrow. So this is a sneak peek. Was not logged in here. So I've been playing most of the weekend here. We're getting ready for a review, and also because you have to completely play through all of the Diablo 3 content to get to the Reaper of Souls content, which is it's a little frustrating, especially if you're coming from one of the other console versions. The Diablo 3 came out on PC. When was that? 2012, May of 2012, so 2 years ago. So that's when I played most of it, right after launch. And then I didn't really play it. I felt that the auction house kind of devalued any of the equipment, and I wasn't getting any good loot drops. So if I wanted any good gear, I'd have to buy it from the auction house anyway.
This is the perfect time to end the eternal conflict.
So I didn't really play much of the late game, but I did play through most of the difficulties. I don't think I made it through the hardest one. But then when Reaper of Souls came out back in March of this year on PC, they kind of retooled everything. They got rid of the auction house. They changed it to Loot 2.0, which more meaningful loot, less frequent drops, but on a more meaningful basis, so you're not getting just a bunch of garbage that doesn't even apply to your character. You still get some of that. I still get items that, kind of don't apply to my class, which is okay, especially when you're, trying out other classes, or you got friends who are playing other classes and you find something cool. So when they got that, Loot 2.0 interested me to get back into it. I didn't. And I hadn't played the 360 version, or the PS3 version, which came out last September. So if you bought that, there's no way to upgrade to the Reaper of Souls version, except to buy the new $60 version, which comes with all of Diablo 3 and Reaper of Souls. Kinda crappy. You paid $60 for the game last year, and now the Game of the Year edition basically is another $60, and there's no way to buy the DLC piecemeal. Kind of a bummer. So here I am. I'm playing. Let me show you my character here. I'm playing as a Crusader. Well, it shows it better right here. This is what he looks like. So, it's one of the new classes, the Reaper of Souls, I believe. If you haven't played it on console, it works really well. I played it on demos, kind of at different events, and I never really, sunk much time into it, because Diablo is something you really, you want to sit down, build your character, gear him up, and get familiar with all the different spells and modifiers these runes do, kind of really make him your own character. What do I have here for right bumper? So yeah, you have a spell bumped here to right bumper B, A, X, Y, B, and right trigger. Left bumper is use a potion, and left trigger is target lock on. So let me pick launch yourself into the heavens, come crashing down here. I used this falling sword one quite a bit, and let's see. Superheated, storm of lightning. Let's do superheated. I don't think I had a rune on that one yet. But yeah, so these are some passive skills. I just beat Diablo like a few hours ago, so kind of this is the first area in Reaper of Souls.
General Torian, what was that Death Maiden doing in the cathedral?
I think if you haven't played any version of Diablo 3, this is the way to get into it.
Transform hundreds of innocent people every hour.
Soul Stone, so I guess that wants me to talk to it.
So, Crucible.
Then I will destroy these crucibles and cut off mouth.
Unlike the PC version, the console versions here give you direct control of the player. It's a little more difficult to kind of target enemies and to pick up loot, and to also dodge things in a lot of cases, is why they give you this kind of this roll on the other stick. I like the movement. This game is kind of like on the computer. There's just a lot of clicking and
originally grew from the efforts of the great General Rakis
a lot of
to spread his
clicking,
religion beyond the
and you just
realms
kind of hang out.
Seized by the superstitions of the Zakarum faith, he drove his paladins relentlessly
Hunched over a
across the
keyboard,
barbaric western lands, subduing the uncivilized tribes
really
he found there.
I think it plays a lot better on the controller. More relaxed, easier to kind of just run through, especially when you're trying to get loot, certain loot. You're just doing runs on the same enemies. You're strong enough, you know you're strong enough. But it's easier just to kind of sit back and mash on your attack buttons. So my primary attack here that builds Wrath, which is what the magic stuff is called, that gray orb in the left of the screen. I have it set up to do kind of a chain lightning damage, so I'm attacking multiple enemies at once. And then there's this kind of cool hammer throw that I've got going on that just throws hammers, spinning in circles. The Crusader plays a little bit like the Barbarian, but kind of has a more diverse range of spells. I also map to X right now. I have this shield blinding, so I have it set to where when the enemies are blinded, they won't attack, and they also are more susceptible to damage. It's a good combination. And also, this dude following me, she's a enchantress. It's kind of just a mercenary type that you can get. If you know, she was in Diablo 3, the main game. Just had her from my other missions. So another difference in console versions, just, you know, 360, this version, the Reaper of Souls, and the kind of just regular Diablo 3, is you can play this offline. The PC version of Diablo 3 you cannot play offline. Blizzard won't let you. They said it's not possible in some cases, and then they've come out and said, or clarified, that it's not what they want the PC experience to be like. So they also won't let you play the console or the computer, the PC version with controller, which makes sense. I mean, the movement is very different, but I'd like them to give you an option, maybe kind of a, I don't know, a separate executable, you know, launch into console version or controller version, play with only the other people using the controller if that's what you want. But I mean, there's no PvP in this, despite, you know, them showing off PvP for the PC version way back at BlizzCon a couple years ago, I think. Yeah, I mean, if it's Diablo 3, it's the best version of Diablo 3 right here. If you haven't touched Diablo 3 and you've been thinking about it, this is your jumping off point. Unless you're really committed to a keyboard and mouse. I think it looks nice on the consoles. It's got online play, you know, party system. It's had this improved loot system from the beginning, so the version last year also had a much better loot system. And it's got a whole bunch of content in it. All of Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls, and then all the stuff from the PC version that they added in, like adventure mode, which kind of lets you just go through without any story. All the zones and areas are unlocked. Kind of mainly for loot runs. It's the end game. You know, you crank up the difficulty and you just start running through zones, doing boss runs or looking for those legendary items. Let's see. See if we can get to the boss. So I played this this area before at BlizzCon. I think it was an area similar to this, you know, right at the beginning of the game. It plays like Diablo. Let's see. They did change some things. I think, you know, along with the release of this and kind of the addition to adventure mode, like they added some stat boosts. Like if you destroy so many objects, you know, within a very short amount of time, you get a bonus to your movement, which is really cool. Kind of encourages me to just break stuff, other than I like to roll through things and break stuff. Gives you a reason. Contextualizes loosely why someone would roll through all this stuff. So if you happen to have bought the 360 version or PS3 version last year, I don't think I'd recommend dropping another $60 just for the Reaper of Souls content. It's really unfortunate that Blizzard hasn't given, you know, console owners an upgrade path. You could probably trade it in or try and sell it on eBay or something, and I don't know, get $30 for it at most, probably, but it's just a bummer. Especially since it hasn't even been a year. But yeah, I don't know. They must have their reasons. I've been just kind of powering through. I'm not. Let's see. I'm playing on the hard difficulty. Expert. I didn't have the right equipment at the beginning, and it's the first time playing as this class. So I didn't. I was dying every so often on expert. On hard, I barely use potions at all. And then we have, like, since I played it, they've added all these, like, it used to be, I want to say, like, normal, like, Inferno, Nightmare, Hell. They had all these, like, weird naming structure for the difficulty. Now it's just normal through Torment, and then they just tack on numbers to Torment. So they really kind of expanded the difficulty options. Challenges, kind of, this is like the basic achievement system that's in like the BattleNet. I don't know if any of those carry over or sync to your BattleNet profile. But yeah, that's that. What else I got in here? Nothing. Oh, we got some options. You can sync your BattleNet account. You get a free legendary gift thing. Not quite sure. And what else? Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if I got any inventory items here that I can... Like, already, I'm getting tons of loot. That's better than the gear I'm wearing, which is incredible. And right now I'm just marking stuff that I won't equip as junk, so when I go to sell it, it's really easy. Just say sell all junk, or like, look at this. This is like stuff that's clearly better than what I'm wearing. I never would have found this in the PC version at launch. Kind of, yeah, you'd have to go into the auction house to buy. Plus 30 strength. What is this? This one adds like 3. Let's just do the one that's that better. Just go with the easy way out. Only equip things with all green arrows. Some crappy shoes. We get some crafting materials. Get your gems. Everything you know and love from the Diablo series. It's here. Now let's figure out what my quest is. Find the Soul Crucible. Sure. You can just start killing things. The story in Diablo is a little hokey. Kind of a lot of angels and demons, and if you're not familiar with it, you know, you can jump straight into Diablo 3 and I think have a decent understanding. So there are some characters that cross over, but it wasn't crucial to my experience. I had a lot of fun the first time playing through it. Let's see, I've also got this attack here that uses some wrath that shoots 3 running spirits or something, and they kind of just crash into an enemy and do a lot of damage. Let's see if I can get to a boss fight here. I would show off some of the adventure mode, but you need to beat all 5, 6 acts. You need to play through the entire game before you can get to that content. Which makes sense if you're coming to it for the first time, but they give you the option to transfer saves from the previous console versions. So if you can have your high-level character, you should be able to run to any part of the game. Crank up the difficulty right away, and maybe with the save transfer, it does work like that. But I had to start a new character and I'm going the wrong way. Shoot, let me check my map. Find the Soul Crucible. Okay, Gideon's Row. Let's try going in some of these buildings. It looks great. Okay, so just gotta kill these Reapers. Okay, there's a bunch of them in here, I guess. These are all, for the most part, new enemy types. Even if they're just kind of skeletons with a palette swap or some translucence. So these golden orbs, I don't think they were in... I know they weren't in the core Diablo 3 game. they drop just like health globes, those red ones, but they add kind of, in this case, a damage modifier, so I do double damage.
This is the worst possible time to turn on each other.
But this is our chance to get out from under the king's yoke.
Let me do some other superpowers here. It's my kind of ground pound. More double damage.
My wrath is low.
But my build right now, everything I have takes wrath, so easy to build up with this chain lightning, but easy to spend. There we go, I killed them all. It's not over yet. The king has failed us all.
The king has failed us all. If you don't believe me, read this. His private journal.
Where did you get this?
Well, let's just say
Where did you get his private journal?
I'm so weary. Why did you have to die?
So it looks like it was a little side quest here
The nobles threaten revolt
for extra
to
loot
bend me to
opportunities,
their
and
will. They will abandon me if I don't keep the peasants in their place. Oh, my position is hopeless.
so we're in the West March Commons. Let me warp back, sell my junk,
I need
and see
to
if
go
I'm
back.
even in the right area. I don't think I was. Okay, there's a vendor right here. Having a good day. Quick to sell junk. Let's go back. Yeah, it is the right spot, so I can take my warp gate back. Save a little bit of time there. Dodge roll. Okay, let's go a little bit further down this way. From what I played of Reaper's Soul so far, it's on par with the rest of the Diablo 3 campaign. But coming back to Diablo 3, after a couple years, it's a much better experience. Kind of Reaper's Soul's post loot upgrade, loot 2.0, whatever they call it.
I knew the grief that
Just the progression, kind of the better drops. Like I probably have some. I've probably had a dozen legendary items already. Where the first game, when I played 2 years ago on PC, I don't know, I'd be lucky to get 2, I think, in my 40 plus hours of playing. And then you get these, when these things pop up in the left here, you can kind of equip your loot on the fly without even pausing the game here, which is pretty cool. I don't use it very often because there's never something that I'm just like, oh, I got to equip that right now, unless I see like obviously a ton of green arrows saying, this is probably better than anything else you have. Then I'll equip it, but usually I'm in the action already, and it just makes sense to wait till things calm down a little bit before changing my character. So here's an example of the speed boosts I got, because I broke 7 items crushed, 10 items crushed here, 12, so it'll give me like a minute or so of double speed,
Please help me rescue them.
which is quite noticeable. We blind the enemies, we throw my hammers at them. Like a good crusader, kill this thing. This vile reaper. One thing that's difficult is these, let's see if I can view, I don't think there's a way to view it on the fly here. But the icons that are kind of hovering above my health bar down there, there's status indicators. They don't make it easy to kind of see what those are unless you recognize the icons, which I don't. I think if you use this D-pad, unstoppable force.
Get your men to the Survivors' Enclave in the courtyard of the Zakharum Cathedral.
Nah, it's not clear. Let's get a speed boost, hopefully. Nope. Only quick enough. Not enough. Not enough stuff broken. Okay. What about this way? This is a gate I have not been in yet. Some more reapers, summoned souls, skeletal archers. A lot of things to kill in this game. So these are kind of special. I don't really know what they are. Stronger than your typical enemies. Magical with additional properties, like those guys had mortars. Usually in groups of 3.
Have you noticed anything strange about Cormac lately?
Well, has taken a few blows to the head.
He has been acting awkwardly and he seems very distracted in conversation. Do you think that I offended him?
I don't even know if I'm on the right track.
You should go ask him about it.
Sometimes the procedural nature of the way these dungeons are designed, it's difficult to know where to go. There's not much guidance built into them. You kind of have to just explore every avenue and hope that you get to the one you want, that you didn't miss. So now that I'm close, there's an arrow popping up. Say, hey, you were close at one point, in case you really get lost. So if you happen to save and quit, like if I were to save and quit right now and then reload the game, the map layout would be a little different. So you know, you get these same bonuses like killing so many dudes in a certain amount of time. I see myself constantly kind of trying to chain together enemy encounters because of that. Just trying to, you know, get a personal best or maximize my experience intake. So here we go. This is where I need Gideon's Row. And another journal.
I did not find Malthael on Sanctuary, but I did find humans. Far too many of them.
Let's see, we got to get
murder and cheat one another while allowed.
this looks okay. So, yeah, better. Let's equip that. Mark that other crap as junk. Let's leave the one with a gem in it so I can pop that gem out later. No good weapons though.
Allowing their brothers to starve.
My character is really powerful right now, or the difficulty is just not tuned to him. Oh, nice. This enemy's stretched out. Let's see if I can. Legs are all the way over here. Let's see, corpse files. Okay, so this is about where the the demo, I think, would end on at BlizzCon. Or maybe we just ran out of time, but I think this is where we fight our little mini-boss. Just run through these corpse piles. This cake. Look at that, my health's not even going down. This guy's not a challenge at all.
Not enough rat.
Diablo.
Call the darkness down upon yourself, mortal.
I don't think the online servers are working. You know, since the game doesn't come out till tomorrow. So I haven't tried any of the multiplayer. But it's all present, and from what I've talked to people who played the 360 and PlayStation 3 versions, it's fun. Like, it's, you know, it's Diablo. But it's on a console. We gotta search this corpse pile.
Thank you. I knew you would arrive in time to save me.
Yeah, how could you know that?
I am Miriam Jazia, a seer of the Vetchin people. I foresaw our meeting, but I did not see this horror. I have come to help you. There is one crucible left, and if you destroy that, the maidens will not be able to create more.
Yeah.
There is no time to waste. We must be on our way now.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a game that, you know, you want to sink some time into, maybe get a couple friends online, you know, prior to the big online game, you know, whether it's Call of Duty or Destiny or whatever you're going to play with your friends, this is a good one to pick up for the, you know, next month or two. You need something to kill time, especially if you haven't played any of Diablo.
You should get to the survivors.
But if you have Diablo on PC and you're looking for more Diablo, you should probably just pick up the PC version. It's probably, I want to say it's got to be cheaper. I don't know how much cheaper. I think they're $40 typically, the Blizzard expansions. See if I can get more items crushed. 9, so 38 second speed bonus. That's my objective. I need to pay more attention. Find the Master Soul Crucible in the Ruined Courtyard. So just kill stuff is what I'm going to do. Yeah, once this comes out and more people get it, I'm going to be playing a lot more multiplayer and trying to power through some of the harder difficulties with a good crew of guys online and just pulling right trigger, tapping the A button. Forget about any of that clicking nonsense. If I want to click on skeletons, I'll go play Diablo 2. Whoop, whoop, whoop. One other thing I kind of, I don't like, and I don't remember if it's like this on the PC, but you can't walk around with this big map up. You kind of have to rely on the mini-map or break up the gameplay and look at the full map. Not a big deal, but
I see you have much guilt over the
just something. I guess they know people would probably just play with the map up the whole time and ignore a lot of the artwork, but this game is kind of not known for its artwork. If anything, it's a little lacking. The art's a little too colorful. too cheerful. Like, I got all these greens and purples and oranges. It should just be like grays and red. There's skeletons and skeleton blood.
You have much to be joyful about.
This is not a moment to make light.
I have learned that in terrible situations it is better to laugh than to cry. Perhaps when you have lost
Memorial,
as much as I, you will understand.
But you know, each of the acts has a very distinct art style or tile set, I guess, if you want to break it down to something like that. There's a snowy area. There's a kind of hellish area. Then you have your angel area. Oh, we got a treasure pygmy. These offer a fun distraction. Just a little mystical dude carrying a sack of loot that if you destroy before he gets away, drops a ton of gear. But he always gets away from me. I'm not quite strong enough, or my attacks just aren't as efficient against him. Okay, where the heck am I going? Find the Master Soul Crucible.
Tell me, do your visions
This is
show
a
you
labyrinth.
an end to this slaughter?
Oh,
Of course it will end.
Just
and you will live a long,
in the-
happy life.
Why don't I believe?
in this pot
I was
here
not
was a
being
legendary weapon. And does more damage by a little bit. And adds some more vitality than what I'm currently. So, legend 45, legendary sword. I'm going to still stick with the one I've got for now.
Entirely truthful. That
Okay,
and
where am I
yours so
going?
cherished it will never believe you can be happy and content.
Hey, look, a bunch of gold from a bunch of things that I killed earlier. I like the state my character's in right now, where I feel very powerful. My health, vitality restores quickly. I do a decent amount of damage.
I'm overburdened.
I must
Am I
say, it is wonderful to finally
overburdened?
meet. Though you are skinnier than my visions led me to expect.
Got too much junk.
You just don't take care.
Let's go sell more junk. Those are better. Let's throw away those other shoes. Those might be okay. Let's get rid of all these shields. Weigh me down. Just a bunch of junk. Let's warp back, sell the junk, get back on our
It's always
quest.
about saving the world first, isn't it?
Oh, there's a merchant like right here. Sell all junk.
Good to see you again.
Done.
Never thought I'd come back to the city, but you've made it safe.
Back into it. Yeah, even though I'm playing it on Xbox One, it's also out on all the other consoles except for Nintendo stuff. So you got your old 360 and PS3, and then also on the PS4. Let's try to go down this path. Those were junk, so let's mark those as junk right away. Those is junk, and those is junk and junk and junk.
Not ready yet.
Let's see if I'm even going the right way. Map like really opened up back here, so imagine I'm in the right direction. There we go, we got a glowing ring here.
You are such the artist
I am
when it comes to dispatching death's minions.
just an artist when it comes to dispatching death's minions. This looks like a boss encounter.
Don't mind me.
Maybe
Watch us
this is where it
over
ended?
here.
Yeah, it's like, oh, play the Reaper of Souls coming in March or something. Last year at BlizzCon. And I just never got around to it. I think it was because, you know, they had already announced the console version, well, the PlayStation 4 version. They kind of really, they danced around the fact that it was also coming to Xbox consoles. I don't know, you know, Sony had paid them. They probably paid for some kind of co-marketing, because every event where this was playable, it was only playable on Sony. So, you know, Sony benefits by, I guess, public opinion being formed on the PlayStation version, and uninformed, maybe just assuming that it's only on PlayStation. Or people are like, oh, I liked it, I played it at BlizzCon on PlayStation 4, that's what I'm going to get it for. I did something, I killed something, and I leveled up. And I unlocked some runes. And I'm talking to these people.
What made that sound?
It's
That
Diablo.
would be Urzael.
Diablo.
Urzael is the angel who commands Malthael's forces in this city. I
Made
think
him
you
angry.
made him angry.
That's me, Soap.
Let's get to
Crusader.
the
Soap the
Enclave.
Crusader.
I need to see if
Because I could
Tyrael has
not
made
think
any
of any
progress.
good names, so I just jammed one in.
I'm returning
Because I
to
needed to
town.
power through the game. We got some loot. Need to talk to someone. Where am I supposed to go? Pull up the map. We have no objective.
I heard Tyrael is an angel.
Did I break it?
Who said he is?
I have no objective. Let's go back and follow that old lady. And she is no longer here. Let's warp back to home.
I need to go back.
Still no old lady.
Those who perish without embracing Malthael are eternally damned.
So here's the mailbox. I guess in-game communication, I think you can attach items and stuff like that, but I don't have any friends online that have the game. Oh, here we go. Why is this? Maybe I just didn't see it because he's surrounded by other people I can talk to.
Look, the sliver is changing.
Oh,
Malthael is
yep.
altering
Hey,
the soul
see ya
stone
in the
some
chat
way.
there, Nick.
Exactly. He's been
Just saw
gathering
it.
strength from the souls
Welcome.
of Westmarch in order to alter the stone.
To this
And
Diablo
his
stream.
purpose still eludes me.
He's killing everyone. What more do you need to know?
To stop him, we must know what he'll do next. And that requires understanding his plan.
Just figure out what's happening here in the Reaper of Souls expansion. Seems like more evil stuff, sinister events.
Urzael has done this to finish collecting the souls of Westmarch.
Urzael.
Have you played
It's time for him to die.
Diablo 3
Where is
since
he?
they've done
All
the
I
new
know
loot
is that
changes?
He is in a tower somewhere in the Westmarch Heights, and that he will be quite rude to you. Before
Enter
you get out
Westmarch.
of prison,
It's, ooh,
you should
achievement
stop by my
unlocked.
cart. I can enchant some
mystical
items
meeting.
for you.
Okay, let's see. Alright, where am I headed? find the Tower of Corlan and kill some Maidens of Flame. Piece of cake.
Not yet.
Alright, you're chipping away at my health a little bit. Yeah. Okay, well they changed a lot if you haven't played since we last played together. And it kind of, because of the console version, like they got rid of the auction house on PC and they changed the loot system. So I've already got, like, look at this. So my equipped sword is legendary. I think, is this one legendary? That's also legendary. Just like dripping with legendary gear. And then, yeah, so the loot drops are way better. And I'm playing as this Crusader class. Seems to be pretty cool. Good mix of kind of spells and melee. Let's stick to the core objective here. Kill some more flame maidens. Might have to start changing up my gear. Noticed my health dropped earlier. Just a burning home. Nothing to see up here. Summoner of the Dead.
Not ready yet.
Open the gates. Let's see. Play a little bit more here and then call it. I can't show off the adventure mode, like I said, because not yet beat the entire game. I understand why they keep it back. They want people to experience the story mode instead of just running out and collecting loot. But they should at least give the option for veteran players, you know. Said it earlier, but I, played through the core Diablo story like at least a half dozen times. Ran through most of the secret areas and multiple just boss runs, and it'd be nice to be able to just jump into the new content. But it's also, on the other hand, good to kind of build up my Crusader character. Oh my gosh. That was the closest I've been to dying in a couple acts. So adventure mode is kind of the whole game just unlocked, and then you can just kind of do boss runs without having to load, like, say, Act 3, Chapter 5, or whatever it ends up being. You can just kind of go to that area, go to any warp location, and kind of crank up the difficulty. There's some kind of, let me see. Where is it? So yeah, this adventure mode is what you'd end up playing, like all these torment difficulties, I'd imagine, on. And once I make a little bit of further progress here, I'll hop out and show the main menu. Now I'm pretty sure that the console versions also have local multiplayer, but I have not tried that out yet. It says on the box it does, so unless they're just using some really misleading wording. Ooh, ouch, that's kind of cool. An enemy just grabbed me, shook me like a dog. Dog with a dog's chew toy. See if I can find another flame maiden. That's junk. Pure junk. So I can check. Okay, so adventure mode. I got a. Adventure mode allows players to explore every region available in the game. So there's also like new objectives like this thing. It's called bounties and Nephilim rifts.
Not enough rat.
Some mystic NPCs are available and only found in adventure mode. Yeah, and so once you unlock adventure mode with one character, you have him for, or you have that mode. You can play with any of your characters, so you don't have to beat the game with each character, which I guess is. I'm glad it's that way. It's the way it kind of should be.
We taught them a lesson.
Since it's not already unlocked from the start. Kill it.
Patience.
Some more speed bonuses. Dang it, dead end. Some like spinning hammers of doom.